This album is very ambient. It's very psychedelic, very shoegaze, for sure. This is a very consistent album. It seems like all the songs have a very similar color palette in terms of like sound. There's definitely ocean-like qualities. I mean, they even use, I'm pretty sure, I guess beach noises or ocean noises, I guess. I think they have like birds at some point. I don't know if they even have, they might have water. I'm not too sure. I'd have to, I guess, like really listen to it right now. But it's definitely a very relaxing album, very ambient, if I didn't already say that. Very lullaby-like, for sure. Based on the composition, it's very progressive. I would say it's pretty progressive rock. At least there's like some influence maybe of that. I mean, it's like Pink Floyd. A little bit more Pink Floyd in my opinion than Led Zeppelin. A very droning surf rock. I already mentioned Pink Floyd. I mean, some other references, or maybe not references, but bands or groups that remind me of this sound that are blending together. In my opinion, you got a bit of The Cure, a bit of the Beatles. I mean, once again, we're pulling a little bit of Beach Boys, and I mean, there, I'd say like surf rock kind of as a whole, but psychedelic rock. You got very '60s influence, but you're also pulling, like I said, that progressive rock '70s era. But also, once again, you got that shoegaze element with the guitar, and a lot of that ambient work in general. I mean, if you've never listened to this album, I would recommend probably Still Life. Just start it off just to kind of give you a pretty clear picture. But also, I would say more of a... it's actually a 5-minute song, so maybe now I was going to say more of a shorter song. But yeah, actually, the shortest song is like 4 minutes on this fucking album. That's crazy. And then it can only go in as, I think the longest one is about 10 minutes, right? No, 7:49. That's but in my opinion, Ocean's Burning, that is a fucking like magnum opus. Like there's like fucking dinosaur noises and shit. Like there's some that's some like if I could ever make progressive rock music or alternative whatever the fuck, this is definitely like a very it's crazy. I mean, like this is they definitely had some indie rock elements, and I can understand, but like they definitely have, like, I don't know, man, these are like a fucking like a sleeper band. Like there's like underground, like fucking like 30-40 years. I could be wrong, man, but I really think that there's a certain sound that they have that like not a lot of the other contemporary bands around them. I mean that not every fucking band lasts forever. I mean whatever, but and just because a band is still together or whatever means fucking anything. And these guys kind of had a bit of a hiatus themselves, but I guess just to me, this is just it's just a fucking banger of an album, man. I just fucking love this goddamn album. I can't recall all of the themes for every song, for their lyrics anyway, but like there's definitely a lot of relationship stuff in this. But it's a little bit more mature. I mean, I wouldn't say like like I'd say like kind of like responsible, like like fucking Still, like just Still Life is like fucking you gotta fucking chill, like let it just fucking this is the fucking message that has been said probably plenty of fucking times. You just gotta be fucking patient, fucking A, man. Did I mention the Velvet Underground? Because they definitely kind of have a very similar impact to me as the Velvet Underground. Like I'm just gonna quickly go through the titles. I don't know how close they are to the lyrics or whatever, but like Changing the Rain, the rain typically kind of describes usually depression or so, but some people, you can have a fucking spring rain like in the sun, that's pretty fucking beautiful. But like that changing the rain, that this like changing perspective you said could be a good or bad thing, depends on what you said in the past, or maybe things that you have said, or this individual has said has made a mark or some kind of movement in somebody else to make them I guess fucking have to talk about things at the song. I don't know. I know I'm going way too fucking, this is like way too meta right now. So anyway, let's just keep, I can see through you. That is kind of, and once again, could be a good or bad thing. I could see through, someone who's putting up a facade, or, someone who has to put up a facade, but like, they're like, I can see through, I can, I understand kind of thing. So it's either, once again, like seeing through someone's facade or understanding somebody. Endless Blue, depression, typically, fucking depression typically does feel very endless, and you fucking do feel like an endless blue. You're fucking stuck in this ocean. You don't, when is it going to be fucking over? And Dive In, I feel like, is honestly kind of like you're just jumping. You're just fucking like, fuck it, man. Let's just go right into it. And like, that's like full force. Let's not hide or shy away from this fucking feeling. Let's just go right. Let's feel all of it. And Still Life, once again, I feel like is, sometimes you gotta be patient. You gotta let the fucking storm blow over. Wild Eyed, I don't know, maybe, that could be a little bit more, I don't know, just like a little cool title, but like, Wild Eyed. So yeah, I mean, like your eyes are going, they're probably fucking looking in all different directions. So I imagine that might be, I don't know, maybe you fucking are going fucking insane, stuck in this endless blue. Then moving further away, you're still, I mean, like almost like this, your past limbo state. You're just like almost like a neutral nothingness, but like once just like a numbness. But moving further away could also once again imply, going back to Wild Eyed, for example, that also could imply like very exciting moments, that makes you have to look around all the time. Could be overstimulating or just very stimulating in general. And then moving further away, once again, could be moving further away from the bad things or moving further away from good things. I guess it could be, once again, just interpreting the fucking title, man. And Monica Gems, I'm pretty sure I know that one. I've just the dream person. Like we all have a dream person, and that we, I mean, like the narrator himself or themselves says, I've been there too. It just, a lot of people have, and most people have like a fucking dream person that they fantasize or want or whatever, and it probably doesn't exist or it's probably never going to happen. It's a lot of people do have very high expectations or fucking raise the bar way too high. But yeah, Monica, I mean, just like this infatuation over somebody that just like, it's just never going to happen. And then Oceans Burning, I think, is just that final realization, just like this. That's why I could say it's like the magnum opus, because just so much happens. It's a very, once again, it reminds me of like fucking the Beatles, but also like kind of like Strawberry Fields Forever kind of era, but also like, once again, like fucking Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon kind of fucking, but also like Day in the Life, I believe, is a song by the Beatles. I can't think I think that's the specific title, but I can't remember. But that just like this fucking all accumulating fucking like it's all coming together, like one last, like, I don't want to say a hurrah, but one last like fucking, I don't want to call it a breakdown, because I mean, I guess it's a slight breakdown at the end, but just like this fucking cathartic release. I get, cathartic release. It's just this final cathartic fucking release, man.